Hello and welcome to Dropping the Tea, the podcast where we spill all the juiciest online feuds and unpack every hilarious, shocking, and eyebrow-raising twist. I'm your host, Kirsty, and today's showdown is a wild ride. Maggot versus Dani versus Auntie Mickey, with a surprise cameo from Ron Swanson. Strap in, this tea is piping hot. First up, the infamous phone call fiasco. Maggot insists she doesn't record people. Believe me or don't, I spoke to Dani and her mom and uncle, she claims. My question is, if she did ring Dani and her family, then why wouldn't you do that on stream? Isn't that prime content? Plus, she claims she has really bad anxiety and doesn't do phone calls, but now she is just ringing strangers and asking them questions and shouting abuse. Seems a bit sus, don't you think? Dani's response? Total bullshit. Did not happen. She's such a liar. She even rang Maggot midstream. Maggot answered, then immediately hung up after hear Dana's voice, then tried to say, "That wasn't me." So what gives? Is Maggot fibbing for content, or did she really dial up Dani's family? Your guess is as good as mine. Next, hypocrisy, house tours, and hair politics. Maggot accuses Dani of being jealous because her mum gifted her a house while Dani's stuck in a cramped studio apartment. Ouch. She calls Dani is light-skinned, yet drags black women's hair all day. Then she drags Ron Swanson into it, branding him a racist. But this claim only came after he refused to help her hack Dani Robertson. Roni alert. Maggot complains everyone's attacking her, but let's be real, she planted those seeds herself. Now meet Auntie Mickey, armed with verbal grenades and a can of Raid. She labels Maggot evil, claims her vocabulary is on house arrest, and says she desperately needs new words. She's fed up with Maggot's lies, like that wild story about Auntie Mickey being in love with QS and delivers savage zingers. Maybe if you close your legs, the flies will go away. And spray some Raid up your twat. She's ready to call the cops over doxxing, calls Maggot's lawsuit bogus, and accuses her of projecting her own trash talk onto everyone else. Just when you think it can't get more absurd, Maggot threatens to name Auntie Mickey in her lawsuit. Auntie Mickey fires back, dubbing Maggot a taco-sized tarantula, and reminds us that Maggot's money goes to Duracell batteries for her toys. She's got screen recordings, she's calling the police, and she promises to give Maggot something to talk about. It's peak drama. Next, Tree says Kimmy needs to move away from Maggot because she is just using Kimmy. But she also asks why Maggot gets a pass. Because Maggot did the same thing as Aaron, so she should be treated the same. Tree says Maggot, no match for the robot, and she won't just get on someone's side because they're going after the robot. Tree says Maggot's only doing all this because Kimmy showed her how to. Tree says Mel has tried to strike her again, but it won't work. But then Tree said, I'm just going to play it on station head anyway. What now, bitch? Tree says she didn't have a problem with Mel until she spoke about her grandbaby. Now it's on, and I'll destroy her life. Tree said she removed Melward's wrench because she promised to help the illest with getting her strikes removed, but she ignored her. The next thing, Mel was in Kai's chat slagging Trees off Trees, said so if it's fuck me, it's fuck you. Trees is mad at the fact Mel could have said it to her face, but she didn't, she went behind her back. All right, drama lovers, what have we learned today? First, live phone calls can blow any feud wide open. Second, hypocrisy is the fuel that keeps the fire burning. Third, a well-placed insult can change the game, but let's try to keep a bit of class. And finally, legal threats might sound epic, but they could get very expensive. Online feuds are entertaining, but remember, digital actions have real-world consequences. Let's aim for respect, empathy, and knowing when to hit end call. That's all for today's episode of Dropping the Tea. If you enjoyed the show, subscribe, leave a 5-star review, and share with your fellow tea drinkers. Got a feud you want us to dissect? Slide into our DMs on social. I'm Kirsty, reminding you to keep your headphones charged, your coffee hot, and your clapbacks witty. Until next time, stay dramatic in the best way possible. Next sector mess in the works. Keep sipping that tea.